The change being, I'm never going to allow the coach to do that to my kid ever again. All right, you wouldn't believe this story that I heard last week. So it was a 9-year-old kid playing Little League, and then he went to pitch in a game, just like he usually does, and did pretty well. So I guess for some odd reason, since it was playoffs, they had back-to-back games. So I think it was double elimination. They played again on the next day, and the kid was called upon to pitch again. So he pitched again. So with that being said, though, the coach was like, well, the only way in Little League to allow him to pitch again was to keep him under 20 pitches. So the first day he pitched under 20 or up to 20. The next day he pitched under 20 or up to 20. And then they kept winning. So they had another game, so 3 games in a row. And I don't know if you think you know what I'm going to say, but he pitched again. So again, up to 20 or below 20 pitches. All of a sudden there's a championship game. He wasn't supposed to pitch, just like baseball, anything could happen. So they started getting into some trouble. So they called upon this kid to pitch again. Somehow in this scenario, he didn't really have time to warm up. For some odd reason, on the 4th game he pitched, he had no time to do anything. So he basically threw 3 to 4 pitches out in the field and then was called upon to play and pitch against one of the top hitters in their little 9 to 10-year-old league. So if we think about it, that was 4 days in a row. And that's not even the biggest problem that I found. The biggest problem I found is the parent actually was really shocked, wanted to question me or ask me a question and say, what do you think about the pitch count? You know, if it's over 20 pitches, he gets 1 day's rest. Well, if he's less than 20 pitches, he gets no day's rest based on the Little League rules. He's like, do you think those are aggressive or conservative? And I said, well, let's just not talk about those rules and just talk about how you threw 4 days in a row on the mound. And I said, I don't know if you watch baseball, but nobody does that. And the dad kind of just sat back in his chair and looked at me. And then as we continued to talk, he kind of appreciated where I was coming from and then decided to, all right, maybe we should make a change. The change being, I'm never going to allow the coach to do that to my kid ever again. The result of all of this was, to explain what happened to the kid, well, he couldn't throw a baseball for a week and a half because his arm hurt so bad. I saw him 2 weeks later and he was actually fine. It just shows like the 9-year-old body heals amazing. The moral of the story is, if you're gonna pitch, I think it's valuable to just pitch 1 time a week. Never pitch back-to-back games, 1 bullpen a week. So you're only on the mound 2 times a week, and maybe you throw really hard another day of that week. So only 3 times you're throwing full effort. Versus if you get more of this story from the father or from the kid, they were throwing every single day, 7 days a week, on top of him throwing 4 times in that week.